Hey y'all, Toad here. Well, I just got done loading up about 800 223s and about it's a little under 300 9mm. And you know, if you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know this is relatively new to me. I have not even, I remember as a boy kind of being around my dad when he reloaded, but I didn't know really squat about it. So I was kind of dependent on, learning as I go. This is the first time that I've used this gear, and one thing I learned is using it to make 1,300 rounds in 4 days is probably not the greatest idea in the world, but it was a cool learning experience. But the video is kind of about one of my screw-ups. I'll try and make this simple, but if you're not a reloader, whatever. Well, as I was going through the process, when I started doing 223s, one of the things I knew right off the bat was that I was going to have trouble with a lot of the primers because they were metal case, so they had the crimped. They were military rounds, so they had the crimped primers. So what I did is I went ahead and bought the universal decapping die, and this is supposed to have a lot tougher pin, and it does, quite frankly. But hey, it worked out pretty good. I did snap the first pin. In keeping with the 1 is none and 2 is 1 routine, I had bought a second pin, which I don't know where it is right now. But and I snapped it off. So I had a secondary pin, and everything went fine. I went through, I had over 1,000 hulls, and I got them all done, and everything was great. And I ran them through the sizer, and I was cruising along. I'm just having a really good time, and I finally go to seat bullets, and this is what I got. Smoosh! Now, for those of you who aren't reloaders or don't know about the 223, that's what it was supposed to look like, and that's what it looks like. Squish. Actually, wrong. They're both squished. Let me find one that's not squished. Alright, well, here's just a completed round. And you can see the difference. Basically what happened is this part of the neck just went squish into the case. And man, it drove me nuts. Here's a real good one. You can see how much that one squished down. I smushed the tar out of it, and I could not figure out what was going on. Well, I talked to my buddy AZ Papa Les, and when you make really stupid mistakes, it's hard for people who know what they're doing to figure you can be that stupid. And this is one of those times, because, I ran the decapper. It's a pin, right? Well, remember I told you that the pin in the sizing die was weak. Well, quite frankly, I took it out. I didn't want to break it. Now, if you're a reloader, you know what's coming. What I simply didn't do, well, here's the pin from the proper die, the factory die, the sizing die, and here's the one from the decapping die. Y'all notice a little difference there? Yeah, I don't know if you can really see that or not. God, one of these days I gotta get a real camera. The bottom line is this pin here has a tapered spot where it gets wider, then it pops off. Well, quite simply because that pin goes down and spreads open the neck of the case. This doesn't have it. This thing's job is just to pop out the primer. Didn't know that. So all this time I wasn't getting the case to go in, and you can see right there, the little shiny spot right there. This case isn't sized. This has to go in and open that case up a little bit, so when you put the bullet in, it actually goes in. I wasn't doing that, so I put the bullet on top, put it in a press. So that took a couple hours for me to for Papa Les to figure out how stupid I really was. And once he figured it out, it was kind of like, oh well, duh. And of course, the problem now was I had already primed, which is mistake number 2. I had already primed all the cases, so now I couldn't use that pin real easily. So what I ended up doing was mounting the pin into my drill press, where I could set the drill press perfectly and watch as it went down, and by hand I sized every single one with my drill press. And in case anybody's curious, no, the drill press wasn't rotating. Only time I ever turned the drill press on was just to get it rotating enough to lubricate the pin, and I did that about every 15, 20, 30 rounds, something like that, just to keep the pin lubricated. So I ended up adding a step or two. Anyway, if you're a reloader, you get a kick out of that. So I'm done for now. Pretty much ran out of bullets. Got some more cases, got some more stuff. Definitely going to do a whole lot more reloading. Definitely going to do a whole lot of videos on it. And another long-term, figuring out how to do stuff. But I thought you'd get a kick out of that. And now I'm done. Next time I break out the reloader, we'll make some more videos. But alright, thanks a lot. Thanks again to AZ Populus and Buckron11 too, who kind of helped me out, and all the other guys on Skype that encouraged me. Alright, y'all take it easy.